Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Sagittarius. If Sagittarius is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. And so this is a bonus reading for Sagittarius, and our card for the reading is the 7 of Wands. Okay, and that has everything to do with valor. Okay, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And it is free to subscribe. Okay, so we have a chicken's head. We have somebody dancing in the divine down here. We can see they're right in the metaphysical. Ooh, and it looks like there's a beast right here kind of coming after them. Then on the other side, it looks like a beast kind of eating something. We'll have to come back around to these. I like to give it a whirl. Okay. Okay. So we have... Now it looks like a person here with horns. Okay, and it looks like they're stomping on something. Oh, it's a house. Okay. Actually, it's interesting. We were reading a book about ancient Egypt last night with my daughter, and the houses look somewhat like this. They're real kind of boxy and painted white and had small windows. The book said they have small windows to keep out the heat. But I almost feel like this is like a home, your abode. There's something very oppressive that just kind of put things into turmoil. And I feel like the biggest thing I get out of this situation is feeling like somebody put you in a really unfair situation. They put you in a spot that was really hard, knowingly or not, probably knowingly, because we have those horns. And this is somebody who just really did not care who they were going to hurt. Just said whatever they said, did whatever they did, threw you under the bus there. If you were involved or not, doesn't matter, no judgment, but really caused some chaos within the home. Okay. And I feel like with this valor energy, and then we also have, let me add this, we have this deer right here. You can see the head, the eye, the little antlers here, a young deer, okay? A sense of serenity, right? Going with grace. And I really do. I feel like you, through this situation, were really able to keep your dignity and stay by your convictions. Okay. Even if you had the impulse to act out, to meet them with, equal energy, and I don't blame you. I have to struggle with that myself. I do. I was a kid that grew up running around in the streets. I had to learn how to, I needed to learn some impulse control growing up. I really did. As I got older, I really, really did. So I understand that feeling of, oh, for real, let's see, and so I think though that you have really worked so hard to disengage. Take care of your own business, do your own thing, put up those boundaries Build those tall, tall walls where they need to be. Expel this person from your existence, your life. Goodbye, 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 right? That's the thing. You don't, people who come in and they just think that they can, disturb your peace, especially in your most sacred space, in your home, within your family, in your personal life. Absolutely not. Not going to happen, right? Just have to, and it could be for any reason. I am all about, being very selective about who you let close to you, who you let into those private places, And, you probably, if you watch our readings, my husband, shout out to Dove and Serpent Tarot, my husband, I called him my husband in my last reading too. My husband, Paul, we're like very solitary people in real life. We have friends and, we love people and we have some family. We have a family that we have chosen mostly. And we have good relationships, but we like to stay by ourselves most of the time. We do our own thing. We have our kid. We have each other. We do our own thing. And that's what works for us. And it's okay to live that way. It's okay to have a lot of people though, but you need to be discerning. They always told us when we were young, right? Friendship is quality over quantity. It was hard to hear that. When I was younger, I had a ton of friends, not many good ones, and so I think it's very true. It is very true. We have to be very discerning. Okay, so we have this bird's head. You can see the top of it. Here's the beak. Here's kind of the other side. And so I look at the chicken's head. And I feel like this really is a wake-up call. It kind of looks like a goat now I'm looking at it. Is it a chicken? Is it whatever it is? It's a wake-up call. It is. And this is a time in your life where you are more in your power than you ever have been. You know yourself better than you ever have. Okay? You've done the work. You're doing the work. And nothing is going to stand in that or in the way of your progress. Okay? So, I really do. I see you really having this moment, this epiphany, right? Among quite a few epiphanies. But really seeing, I am done putting up with this stuff. I don't want to anymore. And it's hard. It's hard to make that first step of, limiting contact. Maybe not going full no contact, but limiting at least, right? Not divulging every little thing about your life. Making sure that there are places that are just for you, just for your family. Okay? And I think that really, it takes away such a stress. It does. And that's the big thing, that we are all plagued with so much stress. And I really feel like 2024 is the year that we are going to, minimize aspects of our life that are unnecessarily stressful. Okay? If they're too complicated, if they are too populated with, people in our lives that don't add any value to your peace, has to stop. It has to. Now, I see somebody dancing in the divine here. Okay? And so I almost imagine you singing, dancing, enjoying yourself. Home, cooking, listening to music, dancing with your spouse in the living room, dancing with yourself in the living room, just enjoying the moment, looking for those little spaces to activate, even when it's been a hard day. We can make the choice to try to turn things around. Now, I know, I'm a grump, okay? Let me just tell you, I might seem very sweet at times here. I might seem very calm, and I try to be. Somebody who is, I'm sensitive. I'm very sensitive. I cry, I get angry. I get offended easily. I know I shouldn't, but I do. And I get it's not even offended. I get my feelings hurt easily. And it is what it is. But, I think that it's so important for us to find these moments to just let go of a lot of that stuff. Turn it around. I work on this every day. When I get grump, I have to turn it around. My biggest fear in life is raising my child as somebody who is just always, I'm just upset about things. I'm annoyed. I feel overwhelmed. I have a lot of sensory issues. If I've said it, I know I've said it in a lot of my readings, I am neurodivergent in more than one way. I have sensory issues. But, even though I feel like screaming, crying, turning into a ball and hiding, I still have a kid to take care of. I have myself to take care of. This is my life. This is the only life I have. So I got to turn it around where I can. Is that perfect always? No. Sometimes we just kind of have to force ourselves to do the thing until it starts to feel okay. It's not maybe not like the best, but it feels okay. I feel okay. Most of my days I'm shooting for okay. That's the level I'm looking for. And so I do. I see this and I think, with whatever has gone on, you're still finding your moments of happiness, of ease, enjoyment, not letting anybody sully the work that you have done, not letting anybody take away, your joy. And especially, gosh, what is it about the holidays that people just love to fight? They just love to everything could be super cool. It doesn't have to be, it might be a little weird, awkward, sniping a bit, but then they just got to slide in there with the one up, the, backhanded comment, or just the straight out throwing a fit, like a full adult, just making it hard for everybody. I don't know what it is. Probably mental health stuff a lot. There's a lot of addiction stuff this time of year. And just people, it's hard. Yeah, and I know that, but oh my goodness, it really, it can be hard to navigate. It really can. But, you just keep going. You just keep finding ways to enjoy where you can, okay? Making little traditions. Taking time for yourself, even if you have to steal it away. I know if you have kids, they're going to be out of school soon, and I get that. They're going to be home. They're going to be home all day long. And you got to find those moments where you can just get a little peace for yourself, okay? And let's see. Who else did we say? We had this monster, the double-headed monster. Now, this one seems to be eating a person over here. It looks like it's got its mouth wide open. And so, I really kind of just see this as shutting somebody down. And let me just say, it looks like this one is a V and almost a, let's see, what is that? A C? Like VC, maybe? If you know somebody with a VC name, I can't even think of what that would be, but hey, you know what? It looks like whatever they're doing, whatever they're saying, whatever, shut it down. It's going to be shut down. And I see this twisted path up here. Somebody's standing right up the top, climbing that, it's like Jack and the Beanstalk, right? And maybe that's kind of what's going on here. This one's trying to climb up here. This little beast is about to get it. I don't know. I see all kinds of stuff. The funny thing about reading leaves, when I go to look at the edit of the video and everything, I start to see other things. I'm like, how did I not see that? This whole thing looks so different than what I was reading in the moment. So I think that there's a journey to some higher aspect of self. I feel like during these times when there's this, beast on your heels, there's the talking, the gossiping, the bad attitudes, the kids throwing tantrums, everybody's being loud and tired and ornery, and somebody has something to say about some of the food or whatever it is. Go to that place. Close your eyes. Go to the bathroom, lock yourself in there, close your eyes. and think about climbing that vine right up into that higher, place of consciousness, of higher vibrations, lifting everybody up with prayer and light, and and this is the thing that I have to remember always. And I tell this to my daughter constantly, because I really want it to be something she believes at her core, is that we treat people better than they treat us. And that's not because we are lowly. That's not because they have more power than we have. That's not because they deserve more than we do. It's because it's the only way that we're going to begin to shift the way the world is right now. It's the only way we're going to raise the vibration. It's the only way that we're going to help people lift themselves out of the cycles, of their conditions, of their circumstances, of, the way that they perceive the world. A lot of people, use being angry, being mean to each other, tearing each other down, as a coping mechanism, as a defense mechanism, and often it's a learned one, of course. And, only by treating people with genuine respect and kindness. I'm not saying you have to be nice, like fake. No, I'm saying just being kind to people. Even if it's just, how are you doing? And not just walking away after you say, listening. If they have something to say, listen to them. That might really change how they feel for the whole day, for the whole week. Somebody that I didn't even know cared enough to listen to what I had to say. You know what I mean? Can you think of the last time that a stranger just really listened to you? So we do. We go out there, we treat people better than they treat us. And I don't know, maybe I don't know. I really believe, and maybe I'm superstitious, but I really do believe that it has added to my life so greatly trying to live by this. Now, do I always do it? I fail sometimes. I do. But where I have succeeded in, tempering my anger, tempering my, need to be right, tempering, my ADHD mind that, I'm listening, but it's hard for me to listen for too long. But I do. And I sit there and I try to sit in it and I try to be there and be present. And I promise you it, just practicing that kind of offering of self in some little way. Amazing. Now I'll tell you, I grew up in California, in Northern California, and yeah, it wasn't too bad. But, culturally, it just was not the same. People, I moved out to the Midwest, upper Midwest, and truly, I was very uncomfortable when I moved up here because people are, no, I'm not saying they're nicer. I'm not saying they're more kind. They're just different. The way that people hold the door for you. They do ask you, how are you doing? Oh, I hope you have a good day. You know, and this is not just like one person. It's every interaction you have. Now, do they stay and listen? Maybe not. We don't always listen to each other. But there is this like social contract that's a little different. So when I moved here, I thought, wow, these people are weird. What's going on here? You know, I grew up being a very kind of, you have to be on the offense where I grew up. And, you know, you have to kind of show out a little bit just to make sure that, you know, people know you're not somebody that can get like rolled over real quickly and easily. And so I really, just that big shift in my life, it really did show me in a little, you know, it's a big way, but it's a little way too. You know, and again, I'm not saying it's any better. I love California. I love the people I grew up around. But, you know, it's just, I can't imagine going out in the world and being unkind to people every day, you know, or even having to be aggressive with other people. You know, I have not been in an argument with somebody besides my husband here and there, of course, but, you know, a disagreement once in a while. But, you know, in years, have not raised my voice to somebody, you know, nothing like that. Not even road rage type of stuff. Not that my road, you know, I don't encounter that. I never see that. I live in a small area though. So it just, you know, I just feel like it really, you know, it not only changes your experience, but it's your perception too, you know. And it stands out so much when you see somebody being unkind, but I look at it and I see and I think, you know, something's going on. This person maybe is in pain or I don't know, you know. I try to be, you know, more kind than people, treat people better, not more kind. That's not what I mean. Treat people better than they treat you. And you know, it's just, take that, leave it, whatever. But, you know, it's something that I really feel very profoundly about. So anyways, looking up here into the sun, the moon, don't look at the sun. I don't advocate for that, but there's a celestial body up here. Okay, gazing upward. When we have a figure of a human or an animal, a symbol that is gazing upward, it is a sign of awe. Okay, devotion and awe. And so I feel, you know, you're going to find your peace in kind of standing your spiritual ground here. Not letting anybody kind of knock you off course, no matter what the heck they have to say or whatever they're doing. It is a real situation of mind your own business, stay in your own lane, keep your head down, do your thing, focus on your own work, do the science, all of that. And that is, you know, sometimes that's the best we can do. And listen, I actually think that's maybe is the best thing we can do, period. You know, not just the best we can do. It is the best thing to do, you know, as much as we possibly can manage it. So let's take a look. These are the Cincy Child affirmation cards. I love them. I love them. And we're going to just flip, and I'm going to stop where it feels right. I'm going to flip it over. I am grateful for my surroundings. I am grateful for my surroundings. Yeah, that's right. It is. Now, I could use some snow. If anybody can send me some snow for Christmas, I will accept. We have rain today. It's so warm. I shouldn't be complaining, I know, but I love the cold. And our winter is every day that it is warm, I can feel it slipping away from me. So anyways, hoping for a white Christmas. Probably not this year. We'll see. If you can send out some loving and healing thoughts, my lovely husband, Dove and Serpent Tarot over there, his name is Paul. He is not feeling well, so, but still recording, still doing his reading. So he's a real trooper, and I appreciate him very much. That's why I'm bringing him up. But also, you know, just send him your love and good vibes. And my daughter's not feeling well either, but she seems to be pretty good. 3-year-olds are so, I mean, they just are resilient, man. Really, really. So anyways, I want to go ahead and say thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it does help the channel so much. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell and it'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And what else? If you want to leave a comment, please do. I would love to hear from you. Reading the comments is one of my favorite things to do. Last night I was up way too late going through all the comments from like the last few days, and I was like, oh, it's like 1:30 in the morning. I better go to bed. But I do. I read them, and I love all of you very much. Okay, Sagittarius. I want to say thank you again. We'll talk in a few days. See ya.